guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do quite a complete Birkin review and comparison. I hope this helps to anyone that had questions about this bag, or maybe if you were hesitating between sizes, leathers, maybe to go pre-loved versus directly from store. I have a lot of notes and a lot of things to cover. We're gonna do mud shots, what fits, history of the bag, and basically a breakdown of every aspect of it. So this might be a long video. I highly recommend you to go grab a snack, a drink if it's the morning, your coffee, and let's get into the video. So I just got the Birkin 35 a little bit over a month ago, and I've tried to use it as much as I can. So now that I think that I use this bag enough to be able to give you a full in-depth review of all of the sizes. So size-wise, I think this is the most complete that it will ever get from a review from my side. So let's do an overview of the bag. The first Birkin was introduced in 1984. It was named after the British actress and singer Jane Birkin. I think any handbag enthusiast or fan has heard the story of the plane and how the bag came to life. If not, I'm gonna leave you an article in the description box so you can read it. The Birkin is handcrafted by artisans, so the sizes and details can vary from bag to bag because no bag is exactly the same. Each artisan spends a minimum of 18 hours on each bag, and the same artisan that starts the bag finishes it. Every Birkin has its code, and that indicates the year it was made, the workshop where it was crafted, and the artisan responsible for its creation. There's also this picture that I wanted to show you that explains to you the names of every section of the Birkin and the proper names that they have, like the plaque, the clochette, the sangles. So I wanted to start by giving an overview of each of the bags. This is the 25, and my 25 is in black or noir, in turbo leather, and gold hardware. As of now, this is the smallest size that Hermès offers, besides of course the new mini that it's the Birkin 20, like the Faubourg, but that is not really available as easy, so this is considered the baby Birkin. The measurements in centimeters first are 25 centimeters as the name of the bag says, Birkin 25, 20 centimeters and 13, and in inches that's 10 inches for 8, 4, 5. The handle drop of the 25 is quite small, and it's 6.35 centimeters or 2.5 inches. And the weight of the bag, even if this is a very light bag, at least in my opinion, 660 grams or 1.45 pounds. This was my first Birkin. I got it directly from boutique, and my first ever Birkin Kelly Elvis bag overall. Now this is my Birkin 30, and this bag is actually quite special, and this bag is in blue celeste, Epsom leather with palladium hardware, and on the inside it's in Zanzibar, which is a different shade of blue. The bag is in Epsom, but also it is in the return style. This bag comes from the Candy collection, which was quite limited, and the only way that I could find this specific color was pre-loved, so this bag is definitely not new. It has its wear and relaxation to the leather, so I will go later on about the differences between Togo and Epsom. The handle drop on this bag is definitely better and easier to use, and this bag is 30 centimeters for 22 for 16, and in inches that's 11.5 inches, 8 and 5. The handle drop is 9.5 centimeters and 3.7 inches. I find this one to be a little bit easier to use when you want it to put on the crook of your arm, and this bag is a little bit more lightweight because Epsom is not as heavy as Togo, so the bag, even being the 30, the difference is not that much to the 25, and it's around 900 grams or 2 pounds. Now, as I said, this is my most recent addition to my collection, and I also got this one pre-loved. I got it from Luxe, but it came almost brand new. I do want to give a big shout out to them because I looked for this bag high and low because I've been looking for the 35 for quite a while, and I wanted it specifically in Etain, which is this gray color with palladium hardware, and I definitely wanted it in Togo, but in a condition that was like good price for the pre-loved market, but in a good condition, of course. And this bag came with its stickers, came with absolutely everything. So if you want to see the unboxing of each of the bags, I will have them linked on the description box down below. I also have a full review between the 25 and the 30, and I do have a review for the Kelly sizes too. I waited to get this bag around 2 years to make sure that even if it was quite big, I was gonna actually enjoy owning it, because I was a little bit concerned that it was going to be too heavy and too big for my frame because I am on the petite side I'm definitely on the petite side, but I find it to be quite a good bag. If you're looking for sizes like this, they're not as easy to get in store anymore. They used to be easier to get when they would produce more bigger bags, but now that there's a mini bag trend, I find that to get these ones on the pre-love market, it's a little bit easier. And I do think Relux gets some from time to time, so I do recommend you to follow them on Instagram and have an eye out on their stories, because there's where they usually post their new arrivals. And I do have a discount code with them in case you want to use it. And I will also add Birkin 35s if I find them to my October curation. I do have a link of bag finds that I find every month, so the October one will be linked for sure. So the Birkin 35 is, again, 35 centimeters for 25 for 18, and in inches that's 14 inches for 10 inches for 7. The handle drop is quite similar to the 30. As you can see, proportion wise, the handle on the 30 looks a little bit longer and it looks a little bit more proportional on the 35. This one is 9.5 centimeters and this one is 10, 3.75 inches and 4 inches. Something that I kind of like to do when I'm traveling because of the sizes of the bags. You can travel with them inside of the bag and just carry one. Like, I'm just gonna take the organizers out. Basically, you can put your 25 inside your 30, and then I'm gonna put the 30 inside the 35. So let me take also the organizer out. And now you can also put your mini Kelly or any mini bag inside of the Birkin 25, which is already quite a good bag. And you have gaps where you can put your tablets, your computer, and you can most definitely travel like this. The 3 bags are in the return style. And the weight of the Birkin 35 is 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds, which is heavy for a bag, yes. But I don't think that this bag is intended to carry around all day on your arm. So for the leather difference, this bag is in Togo and this one is in Epsom. Epsom is known to be a little bit more lightweight and Togo is a little bit richer and of course a little bit heavier. But this makes the bag to be a little bit softer, and with that it also comes a little bit more loss of structure. So as you can see, the bag folds a little bit more. It's just more slouchy and less structured. And when it comes to Epsom leather is lighter and a little bit more structured. It's a bit more hard wearing too. Bags that are usually in Epsom keep their structure a little bit more, and Epsom is a little bit more common in Kellys that are in the Cellier style or Birkins that are in the Cellier style, but this one is also in return. For the purpose of comparing Cellier and return, I do not own any Birkin in Cellier, but I do have my Kelly 25. I also have a comparison video between these two in case you were looking for that. But this bag is in Epsom leather in the Cellier style, and this one is 25 Togo leather in the return style. The Birkin is also available in Cellier and the Kelly is also available in the return. What is Cellier versus return? Cellier means that the stitching of the bag it's on the outside. As you can tell, it's a little bit more structured, more boxy too, fits a little bit less. Cellier is usually offered on harder leathers that make this boxy look to the bag, which can be Epsom, box leather, and return is a little bit more slouchy, so you can find bags in return in Swift, Clemens, Togo, and that means that the stitching of the bag is on the inside, so you can see the borders of the bag and just a little bit more of a casual look overall. And usually a Cellier bag will hold a little bit less than a return. Now let's talk about prices. So there's been a few price increases and I got this one and this one too. But the Birkin 25 retails for 10,400 USD or 8,050 euros. The Birkin 30 retails for $11,600 or 8,900 euros. And the Birkin 35 in the US retails for $12,450. And here in Europe it retails for 9,850. Of course, I'm talking about this specific bags because if you get any of these bags in different leathers, the price will change. I do consider these bags to be all very different. So if you get a Birkin 25 in black and a Birkin 35 in black, I still think that they are very different bags for very different occasions and different needs. So I wanted to deep dive a little bit more into that. So talking specifically about the 25, which is the first size that I got and the one that everyone told me that it was going to work the best for me because of how short I am. I am 5'1" or 1.56. In case you need a reference, I'm gonna do mock-ups and everything, but this bag, in my opinion, is the perfect bag that fits essentials. It's lightweight, you can carry it all day without getting tired of it because it will not get that heavy. It is also a little bit more discreet. It's an everyday bag to go out on daily errands and transitions very well from day to night. This could be something that you can take for dinners, or if you're gonna walk around the city all day, it's also easier to hide on a coat in case it's raining. And again, it does fit the essentials. It will fit a full-size wallet, it will fit a small water bottle, extra charger, or anything that you may need. So I do find this to be a very decent size in terms of what fits inside. The Birkin 30, in my opinion, is probably the most well-rounded size and what I would call like the universal liking. It fits almost everything that you may need for a daily basis if you carry a little bit more than the regular person. Unless you have a big laptop, I don't see what you cannot fit inside this bag. It's perfect for work, day, again, especially if you carry a lot with you. It is a very casual bag. In my opinion, the Birkins are very casual. I wouldn't really wear them to anything too formal, except maybe the black 25 for a dinner, maybe, but a casual dinner. This bag can get a little bit heavy, but yes, it is the most liked size and the one that looks better on most frames. Some people might find that the 25 is too small and the 35 is too big. Now, the 35 is a big bag. There's no way around it. It is a big bag, something that you can carry daily. Yes, of course. That's one of the reasons why I got it. This is a great travel bag, a great mommy bag, a great work bag. As I've always said, everyone has different needs in their life, and sometimes I leave the house with my computer, my agenda, my vlogging camera, and of course my wallet and keys and that, and I need something like that for this, because if not, I'm carrying different bags. There's been plenty of times where I've gone out with a smaller bag and then an extra bag where I can put the other stuff instead of just going ahead and getting a bag that actually fits what I need. So I said this in the unboxing, being short doesn't mean that I have different needs, and I carry a lot of stuff around most days, and this has been perfect for that. That's the reason why I wanted it. Is it heavy? Yes. I don't take this bag out when I'm gonna walk around all day. So one day where I would usually wear this bag could be either when I'm traveling, that I absolutely loved it for traveling. Also, when I go out shopping and I buy a lot of small things, it's really nice. It is not that heavy unless you start filling it up a lot. So of course, when I have my book, my computer, my iPad, and my camera inside, it starts to get heavy, but it's more the stuff that you put inside than the bag itself. Also, something that I want to note is that these bags are super sturdy. We're gonna talk about wear and all of that in this video, but this bag is so good in terms of that. Like, people are usually quite afraid of using these bags because they baby them, but they're made with such quality that honestly, if you get one, use it and enjoy it. Even if it loses its shape, even if you get scratches on the hardware or in the corner of the bags, the bigger the bag, the more wear that it's gonna show, especially on the corners, and the loss of structure, so have that in mind. But if you carry a lot around, this is a great bag. But between this and this, they're of course the same bag, different size, different color, but I would use them for completely different reasons, which for me make it very different bags. I want to do pros and cons and like mini reviews of each of the bags. Let's start with the Birkin 35 and its pros. The bag is super lightweight, so you will not get tired of carrying it around all day. It's really cute, so I want to add that also as a pro. It can be a casual bag, but also a dinner bag. It's the one that transitions the best from day to night. It fits your essentials. It also sits comfortably on your lap when you're out on restaurants, which for me sometimes it's important because I don't like putting it in another chair, especially when I eat outside. So you can put it in front of you and it's not that bothersome. It's very comfy to have it here or on the back of your seat. The bag is a little bit more discreet. People are not gonna notice it that much because it's not that big. You will not bump against things, which happens often with the other two bags. And the wear on the bag, especially on the corners and loss of shape, is going to be less evident, especially if you have an organizer inside of the bag and you store it properly. You're gonna see like this bag, I've used it a lot. Like, I mean it, I use my bags so much and on a daily basis for every type of occasions. I don't save these ones for special days or anything. I've used this one quite a lot, and I would consider that besides of the hardware scratches, it is like new. The structure of the bag is intact, and usually something that you will find with Birkins, I'm gonna show you with the 35. With time, you will notice the back pocket of the bag being marked a little bit more. Now for the cons, this bag has a tiny top handle, which is usually a little bit annoying because you cannot wear this bag on the crook of your arm. So I'm gonna pull my sweater to the back, and this is the farthest that it can go. This will not fit an iPad, of course, a computer, a regular book. It's not the best travel bag. It is a good bag to take when you're traveling and walking around, but it's not the best bag for traveling itself. and it's also the hardest size to get. It was very, very popular and everyone was on the wish list for the 25 for the longest time, and it's the one that has the highest resale value as of now. Now, the pros for the Birkin 30. The weight of the bag is okay. It's not too bad, and it's a bag that you can carry around all day. It's the best one for everyday use in my opinion, and there's very few things that you cannot fit inside, so it's a great everyday bag. It is overall the most popular size on the Birkin for a reason. It looks good on everyone, and it has a very good handle drop, as you can see here. The cons, for me, the first one, it is that the bag is a little bit too casual to be something that you can transition from day to night, even if it's in black. It can get a little bit heavy if you fill it up to walk around all day with it, even if it's the 30 and not the 35. It's significantly more prone to loss of shape than the 25. As you can see on mine, you can see the relaxation on the leather, and also it has significant corner wear, and it still doesn't fit the bigger items, so you still cannot take your computer unless it is a 13-inch. I think a 13-inch does fit. Now, the pros of the 35. It is an amazing work bag, fits almost everything. Like, I would say there's just a few things that you will probably not be able to take inside this bag. I love it for traveling because it is an open tote, so it is very accessible for everything that you may need inside, and you can also put other bags inside of the bag. And this is actually the original Birkin size. Now, for the cons is that it is very, very heavy. I've carried this bag around for a bit, so for view purposes, I actually walk almost everywhere here. So I walked from my house to the cafe where I wanted to work in, and I took it with me, and yes, I got to the point where I had to switch hands because it was heavy with the computer, with the book, etc. But when I'm traveling with it, I usually put it on top of my rolling luggage, or I tend to go from point A to B by car, taxi, public transportation, so that makes it a little bit easier and not that heavy to carry all day. But I don't think that it's intended for you to wear all day carrying it by hand because of course it doesn't have a strap and it gets heavy. It is a little bit bigger, so that makes it a little bit more eye-catchy. Also, it is an open tote, so be mindful with pickpocketing. And the last con that I have for this bag, because of its return, but even if it was Leah, it's the one that will have the most wear and the loss of shape. So I really suggest you to get an organizer for the bags and possibly even pillows for storage that are specifically made for the Birkin. Now I'm going to do what fits inside of the bags. I'm gonna do that on the couch and just filming the bag so it's a little bit easier to tell. Okay, so we're gonna do what fits inside the Birkin 25. I'm gonna start with what I usually take on a daily basis. And I'll be first with my wallet. This is the Constant Slim. This is my case. Here I usually have peels, hair ties. It's my catch-all, basically. This is a Louis Vuitton Agenda PM, my phone, a pair of sunglasses, and a lip gloss. And this is how full the bag looks like. So if we were to take everything out just to put inside objects to confirm that they fit or not, this is my small cosmetic case from Louis Vuitton, and it's the Nice Nano. I believe that this is the Nano. It's the smallest size that you can find, and this does fit inside, but would definitely take most of the space. This is my iPad Air, and it fits, but not with the organizer, so I would have to take the organizer out, but without the organizer it does fit inside. And the book test, and the book also fits inside of the bag with no problem. Now, what fits inside of the 30? The first thing that I want to show you is that if you have a MacBook 13 inches, it will fit. This is a MacBook 13-inch, and the 16 will definitely not fit, so this is the one that fits inside the 35. But with the 13 inches, you have no problem with the Birkin 30. I brought a water bottle so you can see how it looks. It's a regular size one. It does pick a little bit on top of the bag, but let's see how much I can fit inside. I'm going to add a book, the iPad, my wallet, the case, the Agenda PM, let's say my passport. We can also fit the laptop inside, sunglasses, and at last my phone. And this is how the bag looks like. It's definitely full to the brim. I don't recommend you to carry it like this, but if you need to, you definitely can. You can see that it does fit almost everything inside, so I think the 30 is great if you carry a lot, but you don't really need that much extra space. Now on the 35, I'm gonna put inside my MacBook 16-inch, so you can see that it does fit, but on the loop, so if you close it, it will not fit. So this is the fit that the 16 has, and this is a 13-inch. Let's say that I'm going to travel. I'm gonna put inside my big agenda because if I travel, I usually take this one with me. iPad. Water that I'm gonna put in the water compartment. Catch-all. Passport. My phone. And on top, I can even put this. and it's literally packed to the brim, but it definitely fits everything inside. So yeah, as I said, it's a great travel bag, and of course you can put your other bags inside. And of course, before I finish the video, I want to include mugshots. Again, I am 5'1", I am very short, but what I want to tell everyone is that yes, mugshots are good for reference in case you have a similar height or you're taller. I would suggest you to base yourself with the bag with what do you want it for. Do you want a daily bag? Do you want a work bag, a travel bag? How much do you carry with you, and what would adapt better to your lifestyle? Because these bags are meant to be used and for you to enjoy them, so get the one that will definitely work out the best for you. Now of course I wanted to share my favorite size, so after owning this one, like since this is the newest one, I just want to give you like a mini review and overall thoughts. I was very scared when I got it because I had so many people telling me that it was going to be too heavy, it was going to be too big, that I would get tired of it quite fast. And I know that I've only had it for a while. It's filling a gap where I had no bag that could serve the same as this one. I love using it. I love how it looks. I don't find it to be too big on me, but that's again just my opinion. It is heavy, but every bag that I carry with me that has my computer inside and all my stuff is going to be heavy. At the end of the day, the differences is going to be a few grams, because yeah, the bag is heavy itself, but if I carry another bag that is super light but filled with the same stuff, maybe a book is gonna make the difference. So yeah, the only thing that I would say is that it doesn't have the shoulder strap, so that makes it a little bit harder to carry around all day. As for the inside of the bag, all of the Birkins have one pocket in the front and one separate one on the back. My favorite one, and the one that I would get repeats and repeats and repeats of the same bag, it would definitely be my 25. I love this bag. I think it's amazing. I use it a lot. I also have it in gold. I would get it in more colors. It's very practical. It's easy to use. I love that it's an open tote. I love that it's not heavy. So this is the one that I would straight go to if I had to pick only one. But then again, the 35 and the 30 are still amazing bags, and I still would pick them over Kelly's. I have a tendency to like more the Birkin over the Kelly. So I think this is it for now. If you want to watch a Kelly comparison, I did film one. I have Birkin 25 versus Birkin 30. I have Birkin versus Kelly. If you have any questions or I forgot to say something, definitely leave it in the comments and I'll get to it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video and that it wasn't too long. I tried to sum up a lot of information and concise it. So yeah, I think I hit all my notes that I was going to cover. Hope you have a beautiful day. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave your tutorials right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye.